In this video, we will try to solve the questions that were asked in Kppsc lecturer economics exam. The first question is like this: marginal physical product and marginal revenue products are. The options were given same concepts, different concepts, absurd concepts, or abstract concepts. Okay, so what is marginal physical product? Marginal physical product tells us how many more units of output can be made by employing additional labors. Okay, and marginal revenue product tells us how much revenue can we make from additional units of output produced by the additional worker, and the relationship between MRP, that is marginal revenue product, and MPP is given by, that is marginal revenue product is equal to marginal revenue times the marginal physical product. Okay, so the correct option should be the different concepts, that is they are the different concepts that are marginal revenue product and marginal physical product. Okay, so coming to the next question. The question is, equilibrium of a firm is at a level of output where we are told what is the equilibrium level of output. The options are marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost, marginal revenue is equal to average revenue, marginal revenue is equal to average cost, or marginal cost is equal to average cost. So obviously the correct option should be marginal revenue is the marginal cost. That is the profit maximizing, we say profit maximizing first order condition for profit maximization requires where our marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. And then we have the second order condition where it tells us that the slope of I have written marginal cost, that is where marginal revenue and marginal costs intersect, we say equilibrium output has been achieved. Okay, and we have second order condition. We will not talk about that very condition here. Okay, next question is like this: a firm enjoys maximum control over the price of its product under. The options are perfect competition, monopoly, oligopoly, or imperfect competition. Okay, so the maximum control over the price is achieved in case of monopoly. Okay, so we say monopoly is the price maker. Okay, and he has the absolute advantage or maximum control over the price. So the correct option should be monopoly. Coming to the next question, we have the indifference curve analysis assumes options are rational behavior of consumer. Second is there is only one commodity to be purchased, and the that is C option is the labor is mobile, and D option is none of these. Okay, so obviously indifference curve analysis tells us that, or its main assumption is that rational behavior of the consumer. Okay, so rationality is assumed when we discuss about the IC analysis. Next question is like this: deficit financing leads to, the options are inflation, deflation, population explosion, or none of these. So what is the what is the deficit financing? Deficit financing is when the government spends more, when government spends more money than it receives as revenue. Okay, so when we print more money or when we spend more money and receive less, then it will cause obviously inflation. Okay, so deficit financing will lead to inflation. Next question is law of equi-marginal utility is also called. The options are law of marginal rate of substitution, law of change, law of satiety decrease, or law of maximum satisfaction. So equi-marginal utility's other name is also law of maximum satisfaction, and we also call it law of substitution. Okay, next question is at optimal level of firm's output is. So firm's optimal level is where marginal cost is minimum, where average cost is minimum, where both average cost and marginal costs are at their respective minimum, or where firms earn maximum profit. Okay, So what should be correct option? The correct option should be D, where the firm earns maximum profit. That is, profit maximization is a condition where marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. Okay. And in case of the first option was where marginal cost is minimum. Okay. If marginal cost is minimum, let us say we have marginal cost is minimum. Okay, this option cannot be, and we have marginal revenue. Marginal cost should intersect marginal revenue, so this cannot be true. Where average cost is minimum, if we have minimum average cost, or either the option B is correct or D is correct. Okay, so I will go for D, where the firm earns maximum profit. I'm not sure about the correct answer. Next question is, all firms with identical costs under perfect competition will in long run earn only. So in case of perfect competition, that also in long run, what kind of profit will firms earn? The options are abnormal profit, normal profit, differential profit, or no profit. So in the case of long run, so long run in perfect competition is given by this very thing. We have marginal revenue or price and our average cost. This is average cost. Okay, average cost. When the average total cost is tangent to our marginal revenue or price, at that time we say the firm enjoys zero economic profit. Okay, zero economic profit. Okay, by zero economic profit we mean, by zero economic profit what we mean total revenue minus total cost, and total cost is composed of explicit costs plus implicit costs. Okay, so by zero economic profit we mean the firm will earn normal profit in the long run. Normal profit means zero economic profit. Okay. Next question is, for finding out GNP, we deduct the options are depreciation, ignore depreciation, add depreciation, or none of these. To find out GNP, what we do, GNP is equal to NNP plus depreciation. So we add depreciation to NNP to get GNP. Okay, so the correct option should be add depreciation. Next question is, the difference between GNP and NNP equals. So this is also the same. The options are consumer expenditure on durable goods, indirect business taxes, statistical discrepancies, or depreciation. So I have told you GNP is equal to, or GNP minus NNP is equal to depreciation. Okay, so this is the relationship between gross national product and net national product. Next question is, depreciation is loss of value to. The options are consumer good, final good, capital asset, or stock. So depreciation is actually the loss of value to the capital asset. Depreciation is wearing and tearing of the capital equipment, as we call that depreciation. Okay. Next question is, the economic actions and behavior is of individual units is studied. So economic actions and behavior of individual units is studied in. The options are economic functions, macroeconomics, microeconomics, or none of these. So obviously microeconomics is the correct option. So where we study the economic action and behavior of individual firms, individual consumers. Okay. Next question is, which one of the following pairs of terms are incompatible? That is, they are wrong. The options are perfect competition, many sellers. Yes, this is the property of perfect competition where we have large number of buyers and sellers. Monospony, one buyer. In case of monospony, we have a single buyer and multiple sellers. This is also correct. Monopoly, one seller of good with close substitutes. So we have one seller of good, that is correct, but there is no close substitute to that very good, so this option should not be here. Okay. Oligopoly, few firms that produce products. that produce product or products, there are close substitutes. This is also true in case of oligopoly. We have few firms that produce close or uh, that very goods which are close or some sort of different. Okay, so the D option is also correct. But in case of monopoly, we have single seller and he produces a good that has no close substitute. So the correct option should be this C option. Next question is excess capacity is not found under. So we have to see the options are perfect competition, monopolistic competition, monopoly, or oligopoly. So actually the excess capacity is not actually found in perfect competition. By excess capacity, we mean the difference between ideal output and output actually attained in the long run. And in case of perfect competition, we have this average revenue, marginal revenue, they are same. So our average total cost or long run average cost and marginal cost, so they all intersect. In case of perfect competition, we don't have any excess capacity. Next question is development is impossible without, the options are foreign aid, domestic savings, incentive to profit, inflation. The correct option should be domestic savings. When there is no savings, we cannot have the GDP growth, and when we don't have GDP growth, we cannot think about the economic development. The correct option should be domestic savings. Okay, because savings are in turn used for investment, and investment is used for the productive purposes. Next question is of the following, which one of the following is characteristics of monopolistic competition? Okay, so what are the characteristics of monopolistic competition? The options are given as standardized products, differentiated products, too many firms, actually it is too many here. Okay, and no entry. The correct option is differentiated products. Okay, so perfect, it has some what we can say, some properties of perfect competition and some properties of monopoly. Okay, so we have the differentiated products and we have large number of firms here in case of monopolistic competition. So the correct option should be differentiated products. Next question is import biased trade. The options are will never benefit a country, may or may not benefit the country, will invariably or always benefit a country, or none of these. Okay, so if we have import biased trade, that means imports are being made, so it may or may not benefit a country. It depends what we import. If we import only the consumer goods, okay, consumer goods, then there cannot be any benefit for the country. Okay, may or may at that time it cannot benefit a country. But if we import capital goods, okay, that can be in turn used for the production purposes. So in case of that, we can have benefit from the import biased trade. So the correct option, I guess, is may or may not benefit a country. So it may benefit when we import capital goods, may not benefit when we just import the consumer goods or luxurious goods. Okay, I guess this is correct option. If you think any other option is correct, so you can ask in comment section. Okay, the next question is import surplus refers to, the options are supply and of demand for foreign goods, supply of and demand for indigenous goods meant for exports, exports minus imports, or imports plus exports. So export surplus occurs when we export minus import. Okay, when we have more exporters, less importers, so it refers to export surplus. The correct option should be C. Okay, next question is supply creates its own demand is famous statement by, the options are Say's law of market, Murray's law of market, law of demand, or none of these. So this Say's law of market is actually associated with the supply creates its own demand. They were the classicals, and they assumed that supply is the main determinant of the demand, but that was countered by the Keynesians. Later they say that demand creates its own supply. So in this case the correct option should be A option, that is Say's law of market. Next question is, the decrease in additional benefits of a stock of things increase is named. The options are law of equi, marginal utility, law of diminishing returns, law of diminishing marginal utilities, or none of these. So this law of diminishing marginal utility is mean to the decrease in the additional benefits of stock of things increase. Okay, so I guess the correct option should be this C option. Next question. So they were the questions that were asked in Kppsc lecture economics examination. I hope you like these videos. Please share and subscribe this channel with your economics friends. My prime job is to make videos on mathematical economics. So if you are interested in mathematical economics, you can join this channel. Thank you.